Zhenjian Azadi!
Zhenjian Azadi!
Zhenjian Azadi!
The Islamic Republic is founded on a religious government that deprives people of freedom and basic human rights, the right to choose. The removal of the hijab was a strong blow to the structure of the religious system. The fear of the regime is of the resumption of protest and the joining of the great group to the voice of women, life, and freedom. Force the Islamic regime to murder, mass arrest, torture, and rape. The most recent attempt are the chemical attacks on schoolgirls. Since the protests began in September of 2022, thousands of protesters, many of them women and girls, have been arrested, and by the end of January, it was reported that 41 people had been sentenced to death for protesting. Hundreds of people have been killed in the streets, and many girls have systematically been targeted and blinded, raped by the security forces while in custody. The girls across the country, in Tehran, Shiraz, Ardabil, Urmia, and Divandara, are being poisoned at their schools. We have all seen the images of distraught mothers gathering outside of their children's schools, fearing for their lives. Schools that should be the safest place for children have become a place of terror and anxiety under the Islamic Republic's ruling. A regime that sees no limits on the brutality it inflicts on its civilians. The evidence, including reports that students detected a strange smell in their classrooms, proves mass gas attacks in girls' schools. The regime dismissing this reality as hysteria is a pointless attempt to absolve the state of its accountability. On March 16th, 1988, 5,000 Kurds were gassed in the Kurdish city of Halabja. 10,000 were wounded. We cannot sit and watch history repeat itself. Zhenjian Azadi!
Zhenjian Azadi!
Zhenjian Azadi!
Zhenjian Azadi! Zhenjian Azadi!
Zhenjian Azadi!
3 days ago, all of us celebrated the International Women's Day. There isn't a day that goes by that all of us and all of our families are wishing that the women of Iran, that the women of Balochistan, that the women of Kurdistan, and all of us can celebrate with our sisters, with our mothers in freedom. Yay to that. The world has turned a blind eye on so much injustice. The women life freedom, Zhenjian Azadi revolution has shaken the corrupt clergies to the core, and the brave people across Iran have made it clear that their battle for freedom has no end until the tyranny comes to an end. I am standing here today in front of you, and I echo so many people in the past. There are few items we are all asking for, and those are: condemn the heinous chemical attacks on the schools in Iran and demand that United Nations Fact-Finding Commission investigates these crimes immediately. expel the Islamic Republic ambassadors and their affiliates from your countries. Recall them today.
Kick them out! Kick them out!
Them out. Kick them out. Kick them out.
Kick them out! Kick them out! Kick them out!
Thirdly and lastly, we need every single country to designate the IRGC as a terrorist organization.
Yes!
Now,
Yes! With names! Must be on the list!
IRGC terrorist!
Must be on the list!
IRGC terrorist!
Must be on the list!
IRGC terrorist!
Must be on the list!
this revolution
Must
will
be on the list!
succeed, but it will succeed through unity. It will succeed through sisterhood, and it will provide equal rights for all in a future Iran.
Yes.
Thank you.